So, welcome to our first podcast. I'm here with Danny Gilbride. Danny, say hello.
Hi.
I'm Jack Gilbride. We're here. We're doing an NFL podcast. I'm Jack Gilbride. Hopefully we'll get some of our other cousins on later in the future, or other people on. But right now, we'll call it the Gilbride NFL Podcast, Episode 1. So we'll be talking about a couple subjects today. We'll be talking about the NFL All-Decade Team. We're going to talk about free agency. We're going to talk about the NFL Draft. And was that it? I think there was one more, but probably not. That's it for today. All right. So we'll start off with the 2010s All-Decade Team roster. Now this was pretty straightforward. You could say there were some surprise picks on there, but for the most part, it was pretty straightforward. What we expected. So first off, we'll start off at the two quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. The only thing I have against that is Aaron Rodgers.
Same.
I think you could sneak Drew Brees over Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I was exactly thinking too.
Yeah.
Drew Brees has had consistent passing and leading in the NFL for the past decade.
Exactly.
I mean, he's the president.
I love Aaron Rodgers and I love what's his name? Drew Brees. Rodgers, I just thought that Drew Brees has had the better career in general. Rodgers still. I was watching ESPN the other day, and they were saying Rodgers. You have those names like Joe Montana, Tom Brady, John Elway, Steve Young, and there's like those guys that are like elite, like very elite. And I was watching, and they were talking about how Rodgers doesn't really have that yet because he only has one ring, and all of those other guys have two. So Rodgers would need another one. Dan
Marino never won a Super Bowl, but he's still a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, well Dan Marino's is an exception. Like Dan Marino, top 5 probably quarterback of all time. So we'll move on to the running back position. Frank Gore, Marshawn Lynch with Sean McCoy and Adrian Peterson. When I saw Frank Gore's name on here, I was like, what? But then I realized...
Well, you forget, back in the day,
exactly. And then I looked at the other options, and there wasn't really much.
LaShawn McCoy surprises people because he's the number 1 leading rusher in the NFL all time.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, crazy.
Yeah. So
he's still a free agent.
Yeah, he is. He's old now though. He'll get picked up.
He can get picked up somewhere.
Yeah. I could see a team. Actually, no. We'll save that for the free agency segment.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to wide receiver. So we have Antonio Brown, Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnson, and Julio Jones. Not much surprise there.
No, Megatron, Julio, AB, and Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, some of the best wide receivers of all time.
Yeah. Then we move to the flex. We have Darren Sproles. That was a pretty interesting pick, I thought. But, he's a great...
He deserves it.
Yeah. There's not many guys that are as versatile as him. So then we have the tight ends, Travis Kelce and Rob Gronkowski. The thing about Travis Kelce is that he is more of a late bloomer, I could say, like 2018, 2017, that's really when he started to get good. But there's not many tight ends that can catch as well as these two guys. And
I mean, his nickname explains it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Gronk,
Gronk's the obvious pick, but Travis Kelce, both of these guys, they brought the tight end to so much more of importance to the game. Like, the tight ends used to be just block. Like, they didn't catch too much. They would get targeted once a game, twice a game. But now it's like tight ends are most of the time, 50% of the time, the main option on a team.
I mean, you saw Gronkowski. He used to play safety sometimes for the Patriots.
Yeah. Yeah.
These guys they've been so versatile that they play defense sometimes.
Yeah. So then we got the offensive line. Danny, I know you know a lot about the offensive line. And
I can take care of this one.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason Peters went undrafted and then became the superstar Pro Bowler. All this type of guys. Tyron Smith is an amazing offensive tackle. I mean, if you saw any of the interviews this year with the draftees, you could see that most of them said that Tyron Smith is one of their biggest people that they model their game after. Joe Stanley was one. He's still trucking in the league, and he's been great. They have Joe Thomas, future Hall of Famer. I mean, on a pretty bad Cleveland Browns team, he only allowed, like, sacks, I think it was, or something crazy like that. He was insane. And then if you guards, you have Jahir Evans. I know much about that. Logan Mankins and Zach Martin, Marshall Yanda.
The last four are super obvious.
I mean, Zach Martin just crushed it.
Yeah.
In the league, he's only, I think, 29. Or he's going this year. Yeah. And he's insane. Yeah. He's a beast. Yeah. And then you have Marshall Yanda, who just retired. He was in the same draft as Joe Thomas, and he's a crazy Pro Bowler. It's going to be a really big loss for that Ravens defensive line, but he's just insane. You have the two centers, Marquise Pouncey and Alex Mack. I mean, Mack has been a Pro Bowler. He's insane. He's been playing with on the Browns. He played on the Falcons. I mean, he wanted to go to a Super Bowl, so he got that Super Bowl and then lost it in with a 28-3 lead. Man, the Pro Bowler. He doesn't get beat around that much. He's a really great anchor on any line that he's on. And then Marquise Pouncey. He's played with that Steelers team for so long, and he's just been an anchor on that amazing Steelers offensive line.
Yeah. So we'll move to the defense now. This was probably the most obvious. There's nobody that really got robbed. The only thing I have a little bit about is Ray Lewis, but he was more of a 2000s guy.
I mean, you just can't argue that.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you go to the defensive ends, you got Calais Campbell, Cameron Jordan, Julius Peppers, and J.J. Watt. Calais Campbell just got traded for a 5th-round pick.
Yeah, that was awful.
Stupid.
I don't even know. Like, the Browns, oh my gosh. Especially, I think that was a great move by the Ravens because they know they're better than the Steelers, and especially with the Browns upcoming, I do think they'll live up to the hype this year. I'm hoping they live up to the hype.
I mean, they're just, we'll save that for later, but they're just like the 49ers. I mean,
yeah.
The year before, they got Jimmy G. They were all hyped up. They had this insane defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
The insane offensive line coming out of it. And then Jimmy G.
Yeah.
He got broke.
Yeah.
And then they went from a team that was supposed to go 11-5 to a team that was that went was it like 2-14, I think?
Yeah. Yeah, that
really bad.
Yeah. So we'll go to the tackles now. Straightforward: Geno Atkins, Fletcher Cox,
Aaron Donald,
and Ndamukong Suh. Then the linebackers. They're just great picks in general. Linebacker: Patrick Willis, Bobby Wagner, Von Miller, Khalil Mack, Chandler Jones, Luke Kuechly. I mean, there's nothing you can't really debate.
Yeah.
Those are probably 6 of the best 10 linebackers of all time.
Yeah.
Then we got same with the defensive backs. We have Patrick Peterson, Darrell Reeves, Richard Sherman, Eric Berry, Earl Thomas, Eric Weddle, Chris Harris, and Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, you can't just. There's no one there I disagree with.
Yeah. Now the specialists. I mean, I'm not really a big
I was surprised to
specialist
see
guy.
Tyreek Hill on there.
Yeah, I do think, like, looking at
Devin
the wide
Hester and Cordell
receivers,
Patterson
the wide receivers
both
are
deserve
fair.
it.
Yeah, but yeah, good picks overall. We got Johnny Hecker and Shane Leckler. We got Johnny Hecker on Madden. He was on my Madden team with one of my friends.
You got Stephen Gostkowski.
Yeah, one of the best kickers of all time.
Yeah.
By far.
And then you got Tyreek Hill, the speed demon, Darren Sproles, very versatile, Devin Hester, possibly the best kick returner of all time.
Yeah.
Cordell Patterson, who thought that they were going to get a great wide receiver out of him, the Vikings, and then just came to a great kick returner, and he's been around the league for a while.
Yeah. And then the coaches, last but not least, we got Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll.
Can't disagree.
Yeah, not much you can disagree with that. Obviously, the two coaches with the most Super Bowl appearances this decade. So, I'm just excited to see the next decade.
Who do you think is going to be the next? Name some people that you think are going to be the next all-decade teamers.
So, I'll start off at quarterback. We'll go back and forth. So let's start off at quarterback. We'll just do one for each position on offense and defense. Quarterback, definitely think Patrick Mahomes is already in to that mix. Like, no matter what, even if he got hurt for the rest of the decade, I do think he's in for sure.
Yeah, he could definitely be. I mean, if you see someone like Russell Wilson, and if he still plays into his career like Tom Brady has, playing at his elite level like he has, Russ could definitely make the team.
Yeah.
Lamar, but we got to see he could turn into someone like a RG3 person who got hurt and was never the same. But I mean, like, you never know.
Yeah. Then we have at running back. I'm gonna go with Nick Chubb here. I
could agree.
Yeah, I mean,
but he keeps playing at this high level.
Yeah, I do. Saquon, yeah.
Saquon would be the same.
Yeah. So now let's go to wide receiver.
Wide receivers.
I'm gonna go with CeeDee Lamb.
I'm gonna put DK Metcalf.
Oh yeah. That's a good pick.
I was looking at his speed today on Madden. He's 95 DK.
Oh my gosh, that dude's insanely fast. I could see even Tyreek Hill again. Like, I could see that happening too.
Flex.
All right. I could see
McCole Hartman.
Yeah. Or
I'd say McCole Hartman.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with him too. So now next up is tight end. I'm gonna go with Travis Kelce again.
I'm gonna go with George Kittle.
All right. Yeah. Good. Yeah. How old is George Kittle? Let me look at it.
25.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So he's got a good
26.
number 6 years left. 5-6 years left in him. So now we go to the offensive line. Danny, I'm gonna let you take this away again.
Right now, if I had to go offensive tackle, I'd say Mike McGlinchey could definitely be up there. It's hard. There's a lot of good offensive tackles in the league who are younger. You could probably put it if some of the offensive tackles want to go into the later years, I'd put Tyrone Smith on there again.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna put Jedrick Willis up there. I think he could definitely be up there with the greats one day if he plays like he did at Alabama. Centers, definitely put the Vikings draft. I think it was. Let me see. It's Garrett Bradbury.
Okay.
So I'd say Garrett Bradbury definitely had a great career. He was a stud on that offensive line this year. I would say maybe for guard, Quinn Nelson's 100% going to get on that team.
Mhm.
Quinn Nelson's
yeah.
just a god at that position. Joel Antonio's a lot younger than Zach Martin. I think he could definitely make the All-Decade team.
Yeah.
In a couple years. anyone else. I think that's it for right now. I can't really think of anyone else.
All right. Yeah.
For offensive linemen, that's what I think.
Yep. Okay, so now we'll go to the defense. Hold up, I need this.
Let's just start with defensive ends. Easy one, Myles Garrett. If he does not, it's like the Mason Rudolph incident, he could 100% make the All-Decade team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hopefully that doesn't, take over his whole career.
I don't think it could.
Yeah. Okay, defensive
He had Michael Vick and all those guys who still had great careers after their accidents.
Yeah. So we have defensive tackle now. This is tough.
I'm trying to think of a good, DeForest Buckner.
Yeah.
I think playing at the level he's at, he could definitely play that way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anyone that's, I think, could make it.
There's not.
I can't really think of anyone else right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to go through teams.
So, we'll move on to linebacker. My pick for linebacker is Isaiah Simmons out of Clemson. Projected to go number 3 overall to...
Wow, Isaiah Simmons. I'm gonna put a shocker on there. I think Bradley Chubb could 100% make it on the team. If he doesn't get hurt again, he could make Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Easily one of the best linebackers, Von Miller.
Yeah. And yeah, like you said, Von Miller, he's mentored by him, so one of the best of all time.
I'm gonna say another surpriser, Mac Wilson.
Oh yeah, that is
he would be all that he's at this year.
Yeah.
And could play more versatile on the coverage side of things.
Yeah.
He could be one of the best linebackers in the league. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely. So, let's move on to the defensive backs. So we'll start off with cornerback. This is tough. I could see Denzel Ward on there. I could see Jeffrey Okudah on there.
I could see Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey on there if he keeps up his play.
Marlon Humphreys could get on it. Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, there's a lot of young corners who could definitely make it.
Yeah. Grant Delpit from LSU. That's a safety. He's a safety. So yeah, that's my pick for safety. So we'll move on to safety now. I'm gonna say Grant Delpit.
I'm gonna say Jamal Adams.
Oh yeah. Oh man, one of the hardest things.
Especially if those rumors like right now where he could get traded to the Cowboys or something.
Yeah.
The Jets don't make him an offer that he likes. He'd be insane on that defense. With Jalen, what's his name? Jalen and Andresh.
Yeah.
And Gerald McCoy.
He'd be a good.
Dontari Poe.
He would be a good fit on the Browns. Like we don't have a safety.
But I don't want to give up that pick. I don't want to give up our first round pick because they really need.
Oh, I don't want to give up our pick either. But I could see us giving up I
see us giving up because they need offensive linemen too. I see us giving them Hubbard, our second rounder this year, our second rounder next year, and probably if they're gonna want that, they're gonna want also. They need D tackles bad, and I give them Sheldon Richardson, our second rounder this year.
No. They won't give up Hubbard. They'll give up Sheldon Richardson, and then the 2 picks for Jamal Adams.
You think that? I think that could be a solid argument.
All right.
Okay, well then let's get on to DBs. Anyone that you think could be on there?
Not right now. I mean, DBs are just guys in general.
Minka Fitzpatrick could be up there.
Oh yeah, Minka's a guy we're missing out on.
Minka's a guy who's I think right now got the hype just built up.
Yeah.
When he on the Steelers, he's a machine.
Yeah.
Right from the Dolphins to Steelers. Specialist? Anyone that you think?
I don't know. I don't care about the specialists.
I think Jamie Gillian could get on there.
Yeah, punter, yeah.
Kick returner, punt returner. Probably McCole Hartman's one that I say up there. Tyreek Hill could get back on it again.
Yeah, he's young enough. Yeah. There's tons of young guys in the league. All right.
I guess I'll have a couple more D tackles and defensive ends before we go on.
Yeah.
Chris Jones could definitely get on there. And for defensive end, who was it that I was thinking of? Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa.
Oh, yeah. Nick
Bosa
Bosa. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So we'll move on to the top free agents remaining. So we're gonna start off with the quarterbacks right now. So obviously we have Cam Newton, as the Panthers just picked up Teddy Bridgewater, Jameis Winston, obviously Tom Brady, and Joe Flacco got cut because of his physical. So
I want to start out here with Cam Newton.
Yes, I will. No, you go first, Danny.
Okay, I think Cam Newton could go to two places: the New England Patriots and Los Angeles Chargers.
All right.
Chargers need a quarterback, and Tyrod Taylor I don't think can hold that much weight, but he might be able to. He might be the surprise comeback player of the year like Ryan Tannehill was.
Yeah.
But there, New England right now, their quarterback situation isn't that great.
Mhm.
And they have the offensive line, and I think Julian Edelman and maybe Sanu, if he can pick up, could be great players for Cam Newton, and Bill Belichick's always liked them, so I think that's a great possibility.
Yeah. All right, I'll go. I'm gonna go with my two teams. So I'm gonna go with one of your teams and the Patriots. I do think he's a good fit there. Another thing, I think he could sign with the Falcons, and then I could see the Falcons trading Matt Ryan for somebody like...
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, or get like somebody on the Chargers, like a Joey Bosa, like a team trying to rebuild. Like the Chargers are a decent team every year.
They need to rebuild their secondary.
Yeah, so maybe get rid of Joey Bosa, get Joey Bosa on their defense, and then just like that, the Falcons are contenders.
After this free agency, I don't think you can say anything's not possible anymore.
Yeah.
I could definitely trade for Michael Thomas right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Trading Stephon Diggs and DeAndre Hopkins. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Got guys like Terrell Casey, who just got traded for a 7th-round pick.
Well, I don't know if the Saints would give up something for Deshaun Watson, or would give up Michael Thomas. I just think that there's teams that are stupid enough to trade the best wide receiver in the league for a 33-year-old dude that tears his ACL every year, who is getting paid $30 million a year. Like, some teams just front office don't know what they're doing. All right, so now we go to Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. I see him signing a backup role as of now with the Steelers.
Okay.
Because right now, I think that Jameis Winston, he's not going to land anywhere as a starting job unless someone's crazy enough to do it and think they can turn him around.
See, I think all Jameis Winston needs is good coaching and a good receiver.
The only place that has a coach like that who changed quarterbacks from being blah to bling,
Patriots,
could be the Browns with Kevin Stefanski. He turned Case Keenum
that is true,
a very bad or decent quarterback to making the playoffs and pulling off a miracle.
But I do think the Browns have we haven't. They haven't given up on on Baker yet. I think they're gonna give Baker another year. And
you saw a lot of guys this year have sophomore slumps.
Yeah.
You had guys like Leighton Vander Esch also have a sophomore slump. And there's guys who definitely improved, like Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. So Winston, I'm gonna go with. This is pretty tough. So I could see Winston going to the Steelers, like you said. That just brought something up, like the Steelers. I could also see him going to the Raiders, but I don't think the Raiders have
They
given
just
up.
signed Mariota, though.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think they'd sign another guy. I mean, they already have the GOAT in Nathan Peterman. They have Derek Carr.
Yeah.
They got Mariota. And Deshaun is trash, but
yeah.
they still have enough quarterbacks.
Finally, I think he could go to the Patriots or the Titans. I think the Titans would be a really good fit for him once Ryan Tannehill's done.
Titans is an interesting one.
Yeah, I think they could have.
I think Rabel would work.
Yeah.
You want to go into running backs?
The running backs are kind of weak right now.
Any notable names?
Devontae Freeman. I mean,
he could go to the. I'm gonna say he could go to the Rams.
All right. Yeah.
And they don't have their first round pick.
Well, that's so stupid of the Rams to cut Todd Gurley and then sign Devontae Freeman. Like, who would do that?
Well, I see the reasoning behind it, his knee and everything, but
yeah,
I think it was also not a great move. I mean, they also cut Clay Matthews, which big name right now in the market.
Yeah.
But running backs, I think, Devontae Freeman.
All right. So we'll move on to edge rushers. All the way to edge rushers, because all the other ones are pretty much 35 and above. So we'll go to Jadeveon Clowney.
Clowney, the news broke out last week that he had conversations and was discussing a contract with the Browns.
But they fell apart. Yeah.
I mean, Browns have a massive cap hit right now for Olivier Vernon. And what could that is if they cut him and then they sign Clowney for $15 million, because no one's going to sign him for $20 million or $17 million or $18 million or whatever he's asking for right now. I mean, he could sign with the Dolphins, but they just got Emmanuel Ogbah and Shaq Lawson.
I do think the Dolphins are like contenders this year. But are not contenders. Contenders to...
I don't think they're going to be contenders. I think they will go 7-9 at the best.
See, they won their last... Wait, let's look at their... What did they finish?
They finished 5-11.
Yeah, they won their last 5 games or something.
No, they won their last 2 or 3 games, I think. So they faced the Eagles and the Patriots. They beat the Colts, and they beat the Jets. I don't know who else, though.
2019 schedule. All right, they... So... Let's see. They won their last 2 games, and in their final couple games, they went... Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In their last 9 games, they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They won 5 of their last 9 games. So that's over 500.
I mean, with what they had at the time, I think that's pretty good, especially since their front office made work with trading. They did trade some of their best players away, but these draft picks could turn into some of the best picks in the draft for players. I mean, did they pick up Tua or they traded for Joe Burrow?
Yeah. I don't think the Bengals will give up Joe Burrow, though.
I don't think they will, but if they get Tua and they get a healthy Tua,
yeah.
Plus they get a guy like J.K. Dobbins or DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
And then they pick up an offensive tackle, whoever that could be. They could be contenders by building that offensive lineup.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Redskins tackle.
Yeah.
They got definitely, they definitely had the start to build a great team.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go next to cornerbacks. So the name that really pops out to my mind first is Eli Apple.
Eli Apple could definitely go to places that need corners bad. I mean, the Raiders let him go, but they signed Demarius Randall, which is definitely a downgrade.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Cover last year. That's all I can say.
I could see him going to the Lions with Okuda. That'd be a kind of nasty duo. I could see him going to the Vikings.
Vikings could definitely sign Eli Apple.
And the Browns
they let,
even.
Their top 3 corners go.
Yeah. And the Browns even.
Like the Bengals.
Like a third corner. Like that'd be really nasty.
A third corner. He could be a nasty third corner.
For the Browns, yeah.
I just see him going to the Giants. Back to the Giants. Because the Giants, they need cornerback help like nothing else. They let who did they let go?
I have no idea.
I can't remember what his name is. Janoris Jenkins. They let Janoris Jenkins
go. Yeah.
And then their cornerbacks just fell apart. They took one of the worst cornerbacks in the draft. And they just don't have the working of a secondary. I mean, they got Jabril Peppers, and that's about it.
All right. So we're going to move on to our mock draft. We have our top 10 picks so far. We'll probably come up with an episode where we just go over our own mock draft, the first draft. So, Danny, if you look up Make Your Own NFL Mock Draft, the first website should be NFL Mock Draft Simulator.
And now, Make Your Own, the Draft Network, NFL Mock Draft Simulator, Make Your Own Mock Draft.
Yep, that's it. And then you can select all teams. It should be in the top right corner.
Select all. Got that?
And then next, and then you should, and then click Start Draft. You there?
Yep.
All right. So, we're going to go pick by pick. What we're going to do is we're going to do my pick, and then your pick. So my pick for the Bengals, and your pick for the Bengals, and then your pick for the Redskins, and my pick for the Redskins, and then my pick for the Lions. We'll show you over what on the web.
Trade?
You can. Oh, you have to have premium.
Oh God.
And it is $9.99, so we're not getting premium. But if you do want to sponsor our podcast, the Draft Network, you're welcome to. All right, so I will start off with the Bengals. I think the Bengals number 1 overall are going to take Justin Herbert out of Oregon.
Really?
No. They're going to take LSU out of Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow out of LSU, the quarterback. I do think Tua could have been picked over Joe Burrow. Maybe not number 1, but with Tua's injury and Joe Burrow did not have a flaw in the college football playoff and SEC championship, I don't see anything else happening.
Okay, I'm going to say the same exact thing. I'm saying that they're going to draft Joe Burrow, number 1 overall. I mean, he's just the most logical choice.
Yeah, there's nothing you can really do. All right, so now we're going to go your pick.
I'm going to go with the Redskins are going to take Tua Tagovailoa, a quarterback out of Alabama.
The Redskins.
You've seen the tape that they threw out this week. They need quarterback help. I mean, last year, Dwayne Haskins didn't have a great year. I mean, they're the second pick in the draft. He could definitely be traded to a team that could use a quarterback like Tua. Or a quarterback like him. And take Tua Tagovailoa number 2 overall.
All right, so that is an interesting choice right there. That is something that most people would say, what are you doing? You're passing up on Chase Young. But I do like your argument. He looked very healthy in that tape he did post. And it was very interesting just how well he looked, just how healthy he looked. So I'm going to go with the generic pick. Very lame, but I'm still going to go with it. I'm going to go with Chase Young out of Ohio State. I do not think Chase Young, I'm not 100% sure on Chase Young yet, but I still think the Redskins will pick him at the end of the day. All right, Dan. So now I'm going with my pick. So we're gonna go with for the Lions. We're gonna go with Jeffrey Okudah out of Ohio State. Back-to-back Ohio State picks. Not much to say about that pick. Okudah, a very solid cornerback, and I'm excited to see what he can do in the NFL. All right, Danny, your pick for the Lions.
I'm going to go with the exact same thing here, Jeffrey Okudah. I'm going to pick Jeffrey Okudah because exact same thing that you said. He's the best corner in the draft. Shown it. I mean, the way he talked at the draft to the reporters was awesome.
Yeah.
I think he could perfect fit to fill in for Darius Slay.
All right, so next up is the New York Giants. Danny, your pick.
I'm going to go Chase Young, defensive end out of Ohio State. I mean, if the Redskins do take Tua, then I don't think, unless they want to convert Chase Young to a linebacker position, I don't think the Lions are going to pick him. But I definitely think if he falls to them, they're going to take him over Chase Young.
All right.
I mean, Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah. So now I'm going to go with the New York Giants. I think that the Giants will take Tristan Wirfs out of Iowa, the offensive tackle. That is their number one need at the moment, and I don't see them going anywhere else with their pick. Their offensive line is very weak. They really need to worry about their offense because that's what they need to go through. Saquon right now, he needs the offensive line so he does not get hurt.
Okay, you go again.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Okay, so next up, Miami Dolphins. Pretty obvious on this one. Danny, you have this guy picked already, but I'm going to go with Tua Tagovailoa out of Alabama, the quarterback. Like you said, he looked very healthy in his tape he released the other day. So I'm just excited to see what he can do in the NFL, just like I am with Burrow and Okudah.
I'm going to go with Justin Herbert, quarterback out of Oregon. If Tua does not fall to them, or even if he does fall to them, they might take Justin Herbert over him because most teams now have Justin Herbert over Tua on their draft boards. Plus, he had those spurts of looking amazing, and then he has those spurts of looking pretty bad. But those amazing spurts, they can control that. If Brian Flores can control that, then I think it could be a really good duo, him and Devontae Parker. But I'm going to my next pick of the Chargers. The Chargers will pick at number 6 overall, Isaiah Simmons, linebacker out of Clemson. I think that he fit there. They need either a D tackle and a linebacker. I think Isaiah Simmons would be a better pick than Derek Brown. For them right now, Dr. Core got a lot weaker.
All right. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. I'm going to take Justin Herbert, number 6 overall. Herbert isn't a mobile guy, and he's not much of a scrambler like Russell Wilson's and Patrick Mahomes, guys that can throw and scramble. I'm going to say that they take Herbert here because Herbert is a guy that can throw the ball and is a pocket passer just like Phillip Rivers. He fits perfectly into that offense. That offensive line is pretty good. So I just think he's a good fit. So next up we have the Panthers. I'm going to say they do end up taking Derek Brown here out of Auburn. Just one of the best defensive linemen I've seen in college football. He tore up college football last year. So I'm excited to see what he can do. All right, Danny, your Carolina Panthers pick.
I'm going to say the exact same thing for the exact same reasons that you did. They need a defensive line. They lost Dontari Poe, Gerald McCoy, and their edge Mario Addison. All they have left is Juwan Short, I think. unless they also didn't sign him back. But they've lost most of their defensive line, or if all of it, and they need it back. Also, with the loss of Luke Kuechly, I mean, that defense needs help bad. And they lost Bruce Irvin, too. That defense is going to be interesting. They also lost James Bradbury.
Yeah.
They only signed Trey Boston back, and they released Eric Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go on to pick number 8, the Arizona Cardinals. My original mock draft, I had them taking Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver out of Alabama. But now since they got DeAndre Hopkins, I'm going to say they take Tristan Wirfs, offensive tackle, Iowa. I mean, the man was an insane athletic dude at the combine. I mean, the man, he's a normal athletic dude. He can play a guard, he can play tackle, whatever they need him to play, they can play him there.
Yeah. All right, so number 8 overall, they're the Arizona Cardinals. This is a tough pick because they need offensive line with the weapons they have in the backfield and on the wide receiver core. So I skipped out on Isaiah Simmons on this one as well, but I am going to have them taking Mekhi Beckham. This man was absurd. He is over 300 pounds, and he is one of the best, best offensive linemen in this draft. I do think he's top 10 potential. So I'm excited to see what does happen. So next we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this was another tough pick. And I think the Jaguars end up going with Henry Ruggs out of Alabama, the wide receiver. I do think he was the better pick, or the better wide receiver in general than Jerry Jeudy in the duo. I think he's more NFL fit than Jerry Jeudy. And he's just a solid wide receiver, did a lot of good things last year. So the final pick of the day, the Cleveland Browns, hometown team. Danny, who do you have?
Can I go over my Jaguars pick?
Oh, my bad. All right.
I'm going to go with the pick A.J. Espinosa, defensive end out of Iowa. I say that because they just lost Calais Campbell for a 5th-round pick. They lost A.J. Boye. Their defense is really not coming together as I thought they would be coming in for the next season. But, I mean, the offense is starting to roll up, so I don't think they need to be an offensive player, but they need a new defensive end. I think A.J. Espinosa would be the perfect pick for that. He has fallen most people's draft board, but if they take this pick and it pays off, it's going to be a massive payoff for them.
Yeah.
But the hometown team, I'm going to say the Browns will select Jedrick Willis, offensive tackle, Alabama. He's just what the Browns need right now. Mekhi Becton's either a bust or breakout player. Andrew Thomas is not as good as Jedrick Willis. I think Jedrick Willis would be perfect for the new zone blocking scheme that kept setting up for him, and the new offensive coach, Bill Callahan, I think is going to be perfect to train him up, and him also going up against Myles Garrett every day. It's going to be a great year for him.
All right, so this is another shocker for most people. Now, on the predictive board, they have Isaiah Simmons going 6th. On the players' rankings, they have Isaiah Simmons going 4th, like the 4th best player. I have Isaiah Simmons dropping all the way to 10. And you might be thinking, well, the Browns are obviously going to take an offensive lineman. I don't think so. If they get the opportunity where Isaiah Simmons falls to them, I do think they will pick Isaiah Simmons. So, they draft Isaiah Simmons, and their lineup, their defensive is insane now, and they have one of the best teams in the league, just like that. Obviously, their offense, Baker, Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry, Odell, their new offensive line. They have chances of picking. They have another pick, so 2nd round. There is tons of good offensive linemen. Later, we have Isaiah Wilson, Josh Jones, Ezra Cleveland. A ton of guys who are very, very good. And I think Isaiah Simmons will manage to follow because none of these teams really need a linebacker as bad as the Browns do. And now their defense is Denzel Ward, Isaiah Simmons, Mac Wilson, Myles Garrett, Larry Ogunjobi. Just a ton of very good guys. And I'm excited to see what this Browns team could do next year if Simmons does follow them. Does fall to them. Hopefully, this does happen, but I just kind of did this on the fly. I do think Simmons will land number 4 to the Giants, but I just did this to kind of see if it's possible, and I do think it's kind of possible. But I'm excited to see what the Browns will do in this draft. All right, so we just hit the 46-minute mark on this podcast. I think it's time to end it. Danny, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for joining.
Same here.
We'll be back. I have nothing to do, so we'll probably be back later this week at some point.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe even tomorrow. Hopefully can get our cousins Brendan and Ryan on the podcast. So, now Danny and I need to talk for a little bit, so we're going to end the podcast now. Peace.